Good evening, everybody. Yeah, this is now twice in 2 days. The very epitome of consistency. I'm sure you'll agree. Yeah, obviously not really, but yeah, it is 2 days in a row that I've done a little live stream, and I'm pretty happy about that. Um, yeah, hopefully I'll carry it on for as long as I fancy, as with most things. And then when I get bored of it, I'll stop. But I'm back listing some more stuff on my eBay store. Actually, I had a pretty good day. Today, getting some stuff listed, getting stuff that photos attached to the drafts that I did yesterday. So that was pretty good. The shop started off really, really quiet, but then it picked up in the afternoon, which is good. And also, I got another bunch of pickups as well, so I'm really happy. So sourcing is going very well, considering we are not in the car boot season anymore. So I'm pretty happy with how that kind of situation is going. I'll say a few hellos. We have got Damien, we've got Jack Dobbins, we've got Leanne as well. Thank you for popping in, and Secret Carper. So yesterday we were doing a lot of PC stuff, and I got most of that listed. Kind of frustratingly, I, I listed a processor for 50 quid. No, 45 quid. Someone offered me 40 for it. I accepted the 40. And then they messaged me saying, hey, your only cool stuff 5% off voucher is not working. I was like, yeah, because you've already gotten 10% off. The item was up as 45. You offered me 40. I accepted 40. You can't then add. It doesn't work like that. The coupon on eBay only applies to your original price. And then the guy wanted to cancel, so I relisted it, and I've since relisted it at market value, because I originally listed it at £5 below market value. Normally these processors sell for about £50. I listed it for 45, but the second time around I've listed it for 50, and I've actually had an offer for 39. But I counted at 45 because I was like, I've only just listed it and I don't want to be messed around. I think the person that was offering me 39 would have paid though, because I think they're like a legit computer kind of seller. So they would buy the processor from me and then they'd build like a little computer out of it. So today, what I'm going to be doing is I've taken a bunch of photos and of some more stuff, and basically I'm going to get on a list said stuff. That is going to be the plan. Bear with me. What am I going to do? Add a window capture. I'm going to do a window capture. I'm going to call it photos maybe, and we're going to have it Explorer. There we go. That's what we're going to have. Super. So photos. I'm going to transform fit to screen. There we go. And then that's going to go below me there. Super. So that's that will be cool. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm listing today. A few of the items. Mostly it is going to be adventure books though, which in themselves are kind of ridiculous. I've just had a sale on an adventure book that I listed like yesterday. It hasn't even been that long. I think it's been maybe 2 days tops that this has been listed, and this is now sold. So I'm just going to share this with you as well, so you know what to keep an eye out on if you haven't seen these around. But let me just quickly screen share. So yeah, I got these adventure books, and this is the first one that sold. This is Sorcery, the Shamutanti Hills, the A5 12th printing from 1984. It's a Steve Jackson book. Ooh, okay, that's come back. Let me just get rid of that. So yeah, this book, or this author Steve Jackson, and then there's Ian Livingstone, very popular. I've got a whole bunch of their books to list. Those are not what I'm doing today. I'm doing a different kind of set of books, but they're similar style. But yeah, this book has sold for £25 plus shipping to Germany. So £15 shipping I've got on there as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that sale, and that's really kind of only been listed for 2 days. So today, what I'm going to be doing is listing through like a bunch more of these books. Let me just show you what I mean. Can I show you what I mean? These books. So I'm going to be listing. Pow. Oh god, I should have really changed that to the properties explorer. There we go. That's what I need to. So these are the books I'm going to be listing. So this is a guy called Joe Dever or Joe Dever, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and he does this series of books called Lone Wolf, and they're similar to the Ian Livingstone books, which Ian Livingstone and whatever the other guy's name is, I've forgotten, Fighting Fantasy, and these are like adventure books. You know, you read them and it says, you arrive at some dungeon and there's a monster. What do you do, Jack? What do you do? That kind of thing. You know, like so this is basically what this is, and I've got a whole bunch of them. And most of the ones I've got are actually early editions. So this is a first printing, and you can see it's first edition, first printing, 1994. And I've got a whole bunch of them. Some of these have got some kind of eye-watering prices on them, guys. So definitely something to keep an eye on when you're out and about. I would honestly say so. All right. So I'm gonna actually get on and start doing a little bit of the listing. Damien says, love it when people try to get a discount on a discount. Yeah, I mean, it's not. You can't blame people for doing that because, you know, why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can, like, how many of us have gone onto the website of like a big company and been like, and been like, hey, let me see if I can get this for like super cheap. So many people do that, right? It's kind of standard, so you can't really be too mad at people that do that. You have to kind of allow it and just be like, it's yeah, it's not ideal, but it's I would probably do the same as well. So you have to kind of let it happen. Um, yeah, Fix It for Reselling says live again. Yes, Lee, thank you for popping in. I am live. I don't know how often this is going to be a thing, but whilst I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And when I stop, I'll stop. Um, and Monkey Thrifter has joined in. Thank you for popping in. Leanne's still there as well. Jennifer Hay says hi. Michelle Lathan says hi as well. Hi, Michelle. Marcella says, I love to read those books, still hard to find. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised at the kind of money you're talking about on these books. To give you an idea, the first book I'm about to list is called Voyage of the Moonstone. Now, Voyage of the Moonstone, have I even got like yeah, here you go. Voyage of the Moonstone, it can vary. It can vary like how it goes, but here is a sold listing for one of these. I think you can get more. There's a guy that sells fantasy books, and he's asking for like 80 for this book. This guy hasn't actually put which edition his was, etc. And sometimes that can make a difference. But this one sold for 38 quid, which in itself is not bad at all, is it? So I'm pretty excited to get through all these books, research them, list them, and hopefully make some profit out of them. But yeah. Yeah, any questions, please put them in the chat. Leanne has just asked a question. Hi, thank you, Leanne, for the question. Z, where did you find the books? It's a regular source of stock I have now, which is brilliant, which I can't grumble about. I'm kind of just it's really important to me to have access to stock after the car boot season, and I've got a good thing going at the moment. Like with all good things, you just don't know how long it's going to last. But gosh, thank you so much, Peter, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It was the super sticker. It's like a little dude with like a little halo over his head. I'm guessing you think I've got angelic attributes, and I will accept that. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hey, Shell, thank you for popping in. Yeah, so it's really important to have, I'm not going to teach you guys to suck eggs. Obviously, you guys know this, especially you, Leanne, but it's so important to have contacts. Contacts are mega, 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 mega important. You've got to kind of just keep them going. And yeah, it's I find that the more you build, the better, because you can't also rely on them. It's really easy to get comfortable and be like, oh, I've got this source of stock. So, for example, I've fallen foul of this many times where during the summer season, I'm really kind of comfortable with the car boots, and then the car boots stop, and then I'm like, oh, great. You know, it's such a simple thing to fix. We all come into contact with a lot of people when we're car booting, when we're outsourcing in general, and it's just about putting feelers out, putting the word out. I'm not going to lie, the shop has obviously helped in a big way. The shop plays a big part in me being able to get contacts now. So I'm not going to kind of play that down. It does help obviously when you promote that you pick stuff up, etc. However, I think there's still nothing quite like going out there and building contacts, because it gives you like a really good advantage. So yeah. Evening all, says Shell's World. Marcella says, what do you find the best way to take photos of books without glare or shadows? It's not, I don't know if I can give you that advice. Let me see if I actually have got photos which suit that. Let me have a look at my photos, shall we? Okay, hold on. So here are my photos. Yeah, I'd say they're kind of glare free. Let me just show you what I'm looking at. So those are my photos. I mean, yeah, I think they're kind of okay. They're kind of glare free. I don't think they're perfect, but they're decent. And yeah, it's basically couple of things. Even lighting. So make sure you're using even lighting. If you are using lighting, make sure you've got an equal amount of light on either side. That will help massively reduce shadows. So yeah, you can see overall my photos have turned out okay. I also don't use the flash on the camera. Obviously, if you use the flash on the camera, that will impact your image. So don't use the flash on the camera. If you've got a very white background, I keep on saying this, but if you've got white lights, so you've got white lighting, and then you've got a white backdrop like I have, you're gonna have to learn how to use exposure compensation. The amount of times I've seen people say, hey, I've got this new camera, I've got really nice lights, I've got a white background, a nice white sheet, my photos are coming out dull. The reason your photos are coming out dull is because the camera is always trying to reach the perfect shade of gray. So it's always adjusting. It's called exposure compensation. Every camera has it. So you've got to make sure that you kind of, the camera's brain is not super smart. So it's always going to try to, if it sees something that's super white, it's going to go, okay, that's too bright, that's too overexposed. It's trying to find the perfect exposure. And it's going to be like, hey, that's overexposed. Let me use my super camera brain and bring things down. But obviously being a computer, it's dumb, and it'll just kind of ruin the photo, make it look really dark, like you're doing it taking a photo on a super cloudy day. And obviously the opposite as well. If it senses that you're photographing an item that's too dark, so for example, we've all tried to take a photo of like a black sweatshirt or a black pair of shoes or something. If too much of the frame, if too much of the camera is seeing is black, then that will make the camera think, hey, that's too dark, that's underexposed, I need to overexpose it or something, and it just brightens it too much. So you have to learn how to use exposure compensation in your camera. Tommy has popped into the chat. Yes, a diffuser to soften the lighting is also important. So I have light boxes, you know, those giant boxes with the light in the box, hence they're called light boxes. Use those. Also, I can see I've got a photo here of a TV that I'm going to be listing as well. You can see there my silhouette there in the blank screen. Now, this TV was well, there's a Gengar, but yeah, this TV I'm going to be listing as well. And this is actually quite impressive, if I may say so myself. I've managed to take a photo of my Nintendo Wii running on a tube CRT TV, and you can see there's no horrible lines going through. So it's like there's no horrible lines on the screen, and that is because I use shutter priority mode on this photo. So obviously normal PAL TVs run at around 50 hertz. So I had the shutter speed. I tried it at a 50th of a second, but there was still a small line being captured every time the shutter was closed. So I actually put it on a 40th of a second, and that allowed me to take a photo of my CRT TV with something playing on it without any horrible artifacts or scan lines. Because basically, normally when you take a photo of a CRT tube TV, you get horrible scan lines. So that's important to know if you ever sell a CRT TV and you wish to show it working, as I did here. So pretty pleased with those photos. Wow, we have gotten off track. So I'm going to quickly get back on track and get some listing done. In fact, I might actually start with that tube TV now. Because that'll be a nice easy thing for me to list. It's actually in really good condition. It had barely any use, that television, so I'm pretty happy with it. Let me just show you. Oh, hold on. Where is that? Close that down. What? Oh, you want me to open your hot? Okay. Rebecca wants me to open a hot water bottle because she can never. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome, hon. Yeah, I don't know. The hot water bottle always seems to tighten itself, and then she can't use it basically. So it kind of sucks for her. So I'm gonna be listing this particular item, guys. Now this is the Beko 14-inch TV. That's gonna be my first listing, I think, actually. Model number 14272 TDS. Okay, why not? Let's go for it. It's got to be listed. So it's a Beko. I'm gonna just go Beko 14-inch CRT TV, and we'll go bam. Let's see what else people are saying in the chat. Lee Fix It for Reselling says, I use manual settings. Very nice, very nice. I'm a bit of a cheat. I use either aperture or shutter priority, but yeah, manual settings, good to use when your lighting is the same every day, says Fix It for Reselling Lee. Very true. It's super helpful when you've got a consistent environment. Sound and vision televisions. I'm not going to put it as vintage sound and TV because I don't think it's vintage really. Beko TV, there we go. I'm just going to put my own. I'm going to continue it without match because now when I got this TV, I was told it's like new and it never been taken out of the box. It obviously had been. That's why I took it out of the box. It does actually have the box and inserts and everything, so I'm pretty happy about it in that respect. So it's a cool pickup. Owes me a tenner. I'll probably be looking to get, I don't know, 60 odd pounds, I reckon, maybe a bit more because of its condition. Condition is very, very good. Beko, however, are not the best brand, so you have to kind of tally that up. Just because something is like new old stock and vintage doesn't always mean that it's gonna kind of be worth do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to always be worth like tons of money. Hold on. So just see what I can do here if I get rid of the photos. There. So here is the good old eBay listing tool there, guys. So I'm going to call it the Beko 14-inch. Let me get my photo up again. 14272 TDS. Beko 14-inch CRT TV, CRT silver TV, and the model is, what is it? Freaking hell, 14272 TDS, 14272 TDS TV. With remote control, and I'll put boxed, and it's 14272 TDS. I'll put PAL as well because it is a PAL TV. Ideal for retro I'm going to get rid of boxed because I don't actually have a photo of the box. I just think control ideal for retro, and we'll put gaming. Ta-da! There you go. And that's the model number. That'll be fine, I think. Model, just quickly get that again. 14272. Copy that. Brand is Beko. Model number, we're going to put that in. No one's going to know what the model number is. I believe when you don't use the drop down menu, you negate the benefit of using the item specifics. So something I have to bear in mind. So 14-inch CRT maximum resolution. Now this is the kind of thing where item specifics really do fall down. In theory 576i is going to be the maximum this can display, because or is it even 576 or is it 525? I don't know. I think it's 576. I believe that is correct. 576, yeah, because 480 is NTSC, 576 is PAL, and this TV cannot display progressive scan. The only way, so when you see 576i, 576p in terms of resolution, resolution is not really a thing with CRT TVs, obviously, because it's just cathode ray tubes. There's no pixels. It's not made of a panel of pixels. But in terms of what it can display, a PAL TV can display up to, normally 576 lines of picture in theory. If it says P, that means it's progressive scan. Progressive scan means the way the image was displayed. So normally when an image is displayed, each frame has like two fields which are interlaced on top of each other to create a full frame. That's how normally an image was sent to the TV. That's interlaced. However, if your TV was capable of it, you could get progressive scan TVs, which offered much smoother image. It tended to be more of a big deal when people started to buy it into DVD players, and they wanted high-end picture, so you'd want a progressive scan connection. But you could only get that if I was right. If I'm right in remembering, you needed to connect it to your DVD player to your TV using a certain cable. You couldn't just connect your DVD player to your TV with a SCART cable and get progressive scan. The SCART cable cannot pass a progressive scan signal. You needed to use component video. This TV does not have that feature. So yes, in short, 576i. See, I would have just tapped that, but because I'm streaming, I thought it gives me something to talk to you guys about, doesn't it? About progressive scan and interlaced and PAL and NTSC. Why not? Okay, features. It's got a remote control. I'm going to say that's a feature. Does it have that as a yep, remote control included? There we go. That's a feature. Smart TV features. Are you kidding me? No, there's no smart TV features. Audio video inputs. It is got a SCART connection, so we'll use that. Efficiency, I can't remember. And what does it say for refresh rate? It's a 50 hertz TV. It's 40 watt, is it? Okay, 50 hertz TV. There we go. So condition we're going to put is used. Yep, that's fine. And it's actually very light signs of use. Good condition with only light signs of use. Comes complete with original remote control, user manual, and box with inserts. Ideal for fans of retro gaming. Please see photos. Very basic. I normally even have this on a template, I think, but there we go. Anyway, that'll just get copied and pasted. I've never really had anything different in terms. I probably should use the description correctly. I just copy and paste whatever I put in the condition description into the item description. Kind of like, yeah, why not? So I'm gonna go for like, I don't know, 60, maybe 60 pounds on something like that. I'm guessing. I think 60 is fair because it's not a great brand. It says allow offers. I'll leave that on, but I'm not going to take much lower than like 50, I think, and we're going to put it on larger items. Am I going to promote it? No, I'm not going to promote it. I think it'll be fine as it is. And I think that is that done. So first listing done. I'm just going to do save for later though. I've already listed stuff during the day anyway, but so this is just like extras as it were. So happy with that, and I'm going to get that removed, those set of images from the computer. There we go, control delete. And now I can actually get onto some of the books that I've been talking about. So we're going to list the Voyage of the Moonstone. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use the ISBN, I think. List, create list. Actually, or should I use one of my other listings and do a sell similar? You know what? I might actually use some of my other listings. But the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that's different. But it might work out. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna see whether I can just sell similar off one of my other listings. Sell similar. We'll try it. I'm gonna try sell similar, and then we're gonna go for. Let me just see if I can delete that. So this is a listing I'm gonna use. Hey Shazad, how are you? Thank you for popping in. So this is something that's already sold, but I'm gonna just use this as a sell similar and see how it goes. Because if I use the ISBN, it will kind of search for stuff. When I put the ISBN in, it will kind of hopefully fill out stuff. So I'm gonna delete all these photos, removal, and I'm gonna add the photos of Voyage of the Moonstone, and these are this is a 1994 book. Pow. Let's do this. Voyage of the Moonstone. So let's get those loaded in. Sometimes I find the loading in of photos a little bit flaky, like it will kind of load them and then not load them. I think this time it seems to have done okay. So I'm gonna just remove this title completely because it's not really correct. So we're going for Voyage of the Moonstone. Why don't you reuse sold listings? There isn't really a good sold of this. I just like using my listing. So there is like one sold of it, and I normally do use a sell similar off of people's listings, but in this case I'm just using one that I had, which is kind of similar. Voyage of the Moonstone, Joe Diva Lone Wolf. I believe this is. Oh God, I'm gonna have to figure out what this actually is in terms of the year. I think it's 1994, first edition, first printing. Lone Wolf, 1994. I'm gonna put first edition, and it's first printing, and it's Red Fox as well. First edition, and then Joe Diva Voyage of the Moonstone. Oh, I can't get Red Fox in. That would be such a shame. Joe Diva Lone Wolf, 994, first edition. No, it won't work. How do other people do? I've seen this guy like first. He just writes first. No, I'm not going to do that. I just put first print Red Fox. There we go. Lee has a question for the chat. That's fair enough. What is the question? Lee says, hey, I have a question. Has anyone noticed if you sell similar on an item with Royal Mail second class postage, the price stays the same, but the weight and other mentions are a lot higher? Oh, my sold listings. I've not noticed that, Lee, but it's not something I've looked at either, so I'm sorry I can't answer that. But I have not sold a Joe Diva book. I am using, this is my own listing. I'm self-similaring off one of my own listings, but it's a completely different kind of same style of book, but it's a different author. So this is the reason why like I'm having to do some changes. But once I've done this one, it should be a lot better. So this one is 00992527115. So this should then bring up all the information. Oh man, no match found. ISBN, are you serious? 00992527116. That's why. There we go. Voyage of the Moonstone 1994 used product, and hopefully that will change everything. Joe Diva, Voyage of the Moonstone. There we go. Bam. So we've got the title. Everything has worked. Monsters. Penguin. Has it changed it to Penguin? Was it? That's not right, is it? Book series. So I'm going to have to change some of this stuff. Topic. Monsters. We'll leave it at that. Publisher. Is it Red Fox? The item specific selected doesn't match. Keep ISBN. Okay. Okay, keep the ISBN. Yeah, okay. Paperback, 1994. Country, I don't know. I might leave some of the other stuff. I don't want it to mess anything up. So it seems to have filled out a lot of stuff. So we'll keep it there. I think that's fine. Now, I believe someone has asked. Okay, that sold for $37.99. Okay. So I'm gonna. I mean, I don't know whether to go for that. Actually, I'm gonna go for a higher amount. Well-read, various creases, front, back, and spine of the book. Page corners. I'll put page corners. Also, crease, please see. Yeah, I like to just keep it as acceptable. I don't want any like nerds getting too kind of fresh. Do you know what I mean? Like you often get that sometimes. I'm gonna put that as $69.99. Actually, I'll do for. Yeah, I'll go $59.99. Why not? Yeah, you get nerds sometimes that are going to be like super careful, and they're going to be like, hey, this isn't right, or whatever. And I just don't want any of that headache. So I'd rather just go for like, this is just going as acceptable. Ad rate. Now, do I promote this? I'm not even sure I need to promote this. No, I could. I just leave it. I just promote it. Kind of don't know. Would you promote this? I mean, there's barely any of these. Like, let's do look at this. Joe Diva, Voyage of the Moonstone. I don't think there's going to be a lot of. I don't think there's going to be a lot of what's it called? Competition for these. Look, 38 quid, 60 quid, 125, and 90. That's it. That's the competition. So I'm gonna slot in here somewhere, aren't I? I can't see it being like that guy's asking 125 for New Other, which is crazy. Pre-owned 60. I'm going for like 60. Yeah, I'm not sure I need to kind of. Let me know in the chat what you think, whether I should or not. Actually, let me know what you guys think, because I might be like, I don't know. Should I or shouldn't I use promoted listings? I've got a feeling I shouldn't promote this listing. No. I'm going for no. There's barely any listed. They do sell. So I'm just going to keep it like that. Yep. We'll go for save for later. And that's that sorted. Right, nicely done. Now I'm going to get rid of that set of photos, and then I can just duplicate and whatnot, and it should be a lot quicker here on in to get the rest listed. It's going to be quite easy, to be honest. Evening, Sam. Okay, so what am I going for here? The Dark Crusade is the next book, so... The Dark Crusade. I'm going to call it the Dark Crusade. Deva or Diva, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Right, someone is asking first edition. Someone asking £25 for it. Mine's 1991. Someone else is asking 50 quid. Interesting. What do solds say on this particular item? Someone actually sold one for like 8 quid plus shipping. Then there's like 20. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're going to go for like 25 or something on this one. Maybe 30. Just see how it goes. Hi to Sam. The Vault of Awesome. Hi, Joyce joined. Are these books? Choose your... No, these are not my own adventure books. The Vault of Awesome. Thank you for joining. These are something I picked up to resell. So yeah, I buy stuff obviously to resell online, and these came to me in a lot of other items. I've got like a huge stack of these ones, and the other ones I've got are more popular. They're the fighting fantasy ones. So these are like the Lone Wolf range by someone called John Diva, I believe. Is Joe Diva? John Diva, Joe Diva. So I'm listing these first, and then I'm gonna get onto the fighting fantasy ones probably tomorrow. But yeah, they're not mine, unfortunately. I always wanted them when I was younger. I remember when like the book club used to come to school, and used to be able to order them. I never got any, and I think the time has passed, so now I can't really, not really that fussed about them. So, but yeah, thanks for the question, the Vault of Awesome. New name, I think. Okay, now I'm going to create a copy of that draft, and we're gonna go for this book here, which is the Dark Crusade from 1991. Okay. 1991. Let's resume that. So it should be a lot easier. I collect these. If you show me the spines, I can give you a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at completed listings. The spines. So these, like, I can tell a lot of these are first prints, etc. But yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm kind of getting through in a bit. Let me just see. I don't know if I can quickly show some photos. Bear with me. Let me just see if I can just show you some stuff. Let's get rid of these. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, here we go. So let's give you an example. So this is the Dark Crusade I've got. If you can just confirm, so that's the spine there, if you can see that. And there it says first published by Red Fox 1991, and there's no like different printings or anything. So I'm guessing that's like the first printing, first edition from 1991. Lone Wolf 15. So this one doesn't seem to be as quite as valuable as some of the others. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that I am getting ready for sale. Bear with. Now if I hide that, I can then share this. We can see how much quicker hopefully it will be to get this listed. So add photos, the Dark Crusade, and bam, load those in. Wait for those to turn up. I don't like messing with stuff too much, and then I can just put the Dark Crusade Joe Diva, and that this is 1991 though, I think. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure 1991. I want to change that there to a 1. And then I'm going to get the ISBN number here. And then I'm going to put the ISBN number. If they are unmarked, as these books tend to be written in, and the spines are unbroken, you can ask a premium. Yeah, they're not written in, which is good, Vault of Awesome. They're not. They've not been written in, but unfortunately, they're not. I think the spines are like the spines in these are okay, but they're not like amazing. But yeah, I might just ask a premium and put best offer on and see what happens. Um, so we'll just see how it goes. Let's just try this one. So it's 00996771105. Okay. And yep, the Dark Crusade. Use product. Nice. Okay. I like to, I mean, even though the condition of these books is not terrible, I mean, they're not amazing as you can see, but they're good. They're good condition. I'm still going to be listing these as acceptable. And I've actually written quite like a bad description in a way. I've written it. They're well read with various creases to front, back, and spine of book. Page corners are also creased. Please see photos for further detail. And people can kind of decide from the photos they're seeing, because they're not perfect by any means. You can see that there is some minor issues, but they're old books. I kind of just don't want any headache or any comeback from any of it. So I'm kind of like very just play it safe. I'm still going to make really good profit on each book from what I paid, so I kind of don't mind taking less money than I could ask if I was to individually appraise each book, because I've actually got a stack of these, and I've got a stack of the fighting fantasy ones. I've got a stack of those as well. Unfortunately, I haven't got like the really valuable fighting fantasy ones, which is a shame. I did some research on that. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, this is going to be quite easy to, I think, just zip through and get these all listed. I think this is not going to be too bad. The Dark Crusade. And then the next book I'm going to be listing, I believe these are not amazing either. The Captives of Karg. Yeah, I don't think the Captives of Karg are up to much. Captives of Karg. What can we get for Captains of Karg? And that is from the year 91 as well. Yeah, I see someone like at auction really didn't do so well. Oh, there you go. £20 at auction. So this guy, relisted. They tried to sell it for 20. Relisted. They've been constantly trying to sell it. Did they eventually sell it or not? Ended in September. Oh no, now it's for sale at buy it now, £25 plus shipping. Well, they did almost get a sale, and then they, messed it up. So I'm gonna go for I'm guessing £25 or something will be fine for Captains of Karg. I don't think it's gonna. So I'm just looking. By the way, I'm just looking at sold listings and things. I should show you what I've just seen. So this is the book I'm about to list, Captains of Karg, and I was like, oh look, one sold for £20. And then when you get into that rabbit hole, you click on it, and you're like, oh, the bidding ended. The seller has relisted or one like this, but I'm guessing it's the same one. I don't know. Same book, and they keep on relisting it at £22, and they're not getting any takers at auction. So now it's up at Byte now for 25. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to sell. I don't think this is going to be worth an awful lot then. Yeah, I'm going to just probably go for a basic amount and see what happens. Not all of these are going to be worth a stack of money, but still, 15 quid would be still good, wouldn't it? Odd question. I've come across this in my sales. Do you describe the smell of the book in your original listing, or just answer a random customer asking? Yeah, I think I'll leave that, and if someone asks, I'll answer. That there's no. If there was a smell, I would mention it, Marcella. Like if I got the book out, or if I got the books out and they smell of something distinctive, I would mention it, because if I can smell it, they're going to be able to smell it, and it's just going to cause issues if it's not mentioned. But if I don't smell anything, then I won't put oh, they don't smell or anything, or no discernible odor or anything. I won't put anything like that. I'll just answer any questions I get. No, that they're clean, that there's no odors coming from them or whatnot. So just keeps things simple. But it's a good point though, because with books and anything that's like in long-term storage, it's easy for it to start like ponging and smelling a bit odd. So yeah, I think that's something worth bearing in mind, really, especially pet smells, but musty as well. Stuff does get musty, doesn't it? Even if it's been even if it has been like super well looked after or something. You know, um, I'm gonna have to really look at these prices now as well, because I don't want to list things overpriced and then be like stuck with them. Create copy. So I'm gonna put this Captains of Karg up for £20, I think. Um, yeah, the Fighting Fantasy ones are the ones I collect. They have variants you may or may not be aware, which can make a difference in value. Yeah, I think there's the bronze foils and the black dragons. Um, so that's something I've been trying to like brush up on. Figuring out which ones are like, I know I've got some which have got like the metallic writing on the author's names, but I know sometimes that seems to detract from the value, and sometimes it tends to be the ones where like they're just written in black or white, sometimes even, where they have more value. I don't unfortunately have any of the super later ones. I think the latest one I've got is like book 52 or something. I know that like the later books, like 50, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, obviously were some serious dough, which is just really something. It's like a completely new world, really. But yeah, I remember these books from when like I said, when I was at school. I wish I'd gotten some now, but like never got into them. I never was able to get them. Um, okay, let's do this. The Captives of Karg. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going through those. Those I'll be probably going through in the next few days. I just wanted to get this done because these are like, I'm actually doing these because I'm kind of excited to list the fighting fantasy books. But this I'm doing kind of like to, uh, because these are like less of an interest for me. So I'm kind of like just getting them dealt with. Do you know what I mean? So that I kind of swallowing the frog, as they say. Yeah, 1991. Captives of Karg. Yeah, I'm gonna go like higher on these. Yeah, Mage Hunter. That's the one. That's book 59, right? Or I thought it was the one with like an Egyptian mummy tomb, like a Tutankhamun style artwork on the front as well. That goes for some serious money. But Mage Hunter's the one I've seen. Yeah, that goes for always. It's going for silly money, which is like, oh, it's just incredible. What an incredible hobby to be part of. I'd love to. I really want to get into like a D&D style. I mean, I'll admit some of it's to do with Stranger Things. You know, you watch it and you're like, wow, that looks so much fun. And also role play. I've watched a lot of role play in the past for Grand Theft Auto on Twitch, and it makes me think like that would be quite a fun thing to do, doing a bit of like, like D&D style games where you pretend to be like a different person and stuff. It would be quite cool. All right, let me get this sorted as well. The Captives of Karg. I'm just gonna get this put in. Okay, so it is 009 9677008. And has it brought it up? Yar, it has. Use this product. Now let me just add some photos to it. Captives of Karg. Pow. There we go. Photos have been uploaded. The book title has been changed. Yeah, that is good. I think I'm gonna go for a $29.99 on this one because it just doesn't seem to like be the big shot book. And I mean, I'll double check these again at some point, but because at the moment I'm just saving these for later as they're complete drafts to go up for tomorrow. But I don't want to just overprice stuff just because, I don't want to just be sat on it for ages. You know what I mean? It's nice to be able to get through these. If I do come across something super like that looks super valuable, I will of course mention it. So what's this one? The Dawn of the Dragons. That's 1992. Dawn of the. I believe these ones are definitely lower value. I kind of almost piled them in that way so I can kind of get through them. Right, Dawn of the Dragons, again, very, like a lot of varying prices. Um, yeah, yeah, Dawn of the Dragons is actually pretty, like, average at best. I'd be looking at like 12 quid for this, I think. 12 to 15 pounds. I might go for, well, World of Books is currently asking 15 pounds, so I might go for like 19.99 because there's not a lot there, and we've got best offer enabled, so I'll do that. I think with Dawn of the Dragons, that's the next book I'm going to be listing. Um, do, 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 do. Let's see. So I'm going to go create a copy. Okay. Resume draft. Oh, I'm not showing you what I'm doing, am I really? Okay, here we go. Resume draft. So this is going to be Dawn of the Dragons. It's 1992. And let me just make sure that it is what I think it is. That's Captives of Carg. No. 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 And I believe that is Dawn of the Dragons. That's it. Okay. And that is 1992. Okay. And then I need to make sure I've got the ISBN of the book, which is over here. 009999843. And it says X. Let's see if it works. No match found. Okay, let's try that again. Let's get rid of the X. No match found. No, don't do this to me. 009998430. It does have an X. There you go. Dawn of the Dragons. Use this product. Ah, there you go. I was getting concerned there for a second. Well, not really, but you know. So that's all sorted. That's updated all of that. Now I can just add some photos here. I think the next book that we're about to list is a juicy one, I think. So I'll wait and show you guys. I'm going to see if I can show you. The next one I think has a lot more value. This one Dawn, like, was it World of Books? I think is doing something like 15 quid on this. So I'm just going to go for a cheeky 19.99 with best offers and see what happens. I'll probably have to reduce it if I have to. But we'll see. We'll go 19.99, allow offers. And then that is going to be the end of that listing. So save for later. And I can get rid of Dawn of Dragons. And then the next book, I think, is going to be a juicy one. I think I've worked that out. So it is anyway. Let me just do a create copy. Steve Dodsley says, yay, I made a live chat. Hey, Steve, it's not a massive amount of chatting. It's just me listing books on eBay, like fantasy books. That's what it is. And I'm kind of chatting while I'm doing it. It's not really a live chat. When you say live chat, it gives kind of vibes of like a chat, when people have chats with, like each other and stuff like that, and it's not quite that. Right, so the next book that I am going to be listing, let me just see if I can show you, is going to be called this one. This is called The Curse of Nar. Now, I think this book has a little bit of value, not a huge amount, but a little bit. so I'm kind of excited for it. So let's just see whether I'm right to be excited for it. I'm pretty sure it has some value though. It's Curse of Nar. This is from 1993. Okay, and it's 1993. Deva, or whatever his name is. Curse of Nar. Now this book, yeah, there you go. Guy is asking 80 quid for it as new other. Someone's asking 65. So yeah, I was right. I thought I was getting mixed up. There's so many of these. If we go to Souls, oh man, imagine if I'd gotten that version, collector's edition, book 20, but that's signed by the guy himself. Oh look, that only got 15 quid, but I think that's got to be wrong, surely. That only got 26, but that's at auction. So obviously you've got to kind of be prepared, I guess, to hold out for stuff. Maybe, who knows? Australian dollar, maybe it is only 26. Who knows? Maybe I'm over. Well, I mean, I suppose if I just look at what's currently available, if what's available is being asked, like, if people are asking serious cash for what's available, I may as well, right? I may as well. So I'm not gonna give mine away. I've got like a first edition. It's in good condition, etc. Even though I'm going to sell it as acceptable, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey, Walkie, thank you for popping into the chat. Appreciate it very much. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Curse of Nar. All right. Call it the Curse of Nar. That's 1993. We've got to make sure that this is also like a first edition. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's first edition. First printing. So that is good going. And now I'm going to just put in the ISBN. 009 984 504. The Curse of Nar uses product. There we go. Good going. Now, I'm just going to ask like 69, I think, because I am not completely sure on those prices. But sometimes with this stuff, because there's not much of it, someone might be out there, might be willing to make me an offer. And because I'm not in this for a lot, I can obviously take offers and whatnot, and it won't really cause me any issues. So I'm pretty happy with that. That will go and be another listing for me then. Yeah, we'll go for $69.99. I'm not promoting these either because I don't think there's any point. So that is another one done for later. I'll be able to zip through these ones off the stream because there's really not a lot to change on each one, which is quite good. We are actually approaching like the hour mark again, so I'm pretty pleased. I've popped on again for a little chat, a little stream while I've been working. Yeah, so what I'll say is thank you for everyone that has popped in and hung around. I'm going to get on with these and get some more done, get some more listings in that draft bank. Pretty excited to work through these so that I can get onto the Fighting Fantasy books. And I've got a few other bits as well. I've got a really cool vintage PC as well to work through as well. So I'm kind of excited to get onto that. Some vintage PCs really do have some decent value when you start taking them apart. This is not like the stuff I was showing you guys yesterday. This is like another level. I mean, we're talking a nice a 200 megahertz PC here with a really running on Windows 98. Pretty cool stuff. Hey Jason, thanks for popping in. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to actually be going now. Done nearly an hour live stream. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. I really do appreciate everyone that's in the chat. Thanks for your comments and questions and just watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next stream, whenever that is. Bye.